Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Morgan if you're new around here, and today I'm going to be trying a new low-carb diet food. It's going to be, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I think it looks like Koufteh Ghelgheli. It's the Middle Eastern meatball recipe, and I'm going to be fixing it with carrots and potatoes. So I've already got my veggies set out. Let me go ahead and get started on the prep work, and we'll go from there. To get started, I'm going to get my veggies chopped, and I'm going to need 2 yellow onions for this. One of them I'm going to finely grate with my box grater. The other one is going to be finely chopped. I also need 4 carrots peeled and cut into 1-inch rounds. I didn't peel them. 4 small gold potatoes and lemon juice. So I got 3 lemons. I think it'll be about 2.5 lemons to get me the juice I need. And you'll see these onions don't look great in some parts. Not a big deal. I'm just going to cut off the parts I don't want to use, and most of them are fine. So let's go ahead and get these taken care of. I'm going to chop the first one, and the smaller one I'm going to grate with my cheese grater, and that's going to go in the meatballs. The chopped onion is going to go in the sauce. This recipe actually taught me something pretty interesting to me. The meatballs didn't use any eggs, and I think the reason why that worked was because grating the onion, as you'll see in just a little bit, produced a lot of liquid, and so that liquid kind of helped hold the meatballs together like an egg would do. I did lose quite a bit of this onion from the dirt in between the layers. At least I'm going to call it dirt. I'm not exactly sure if that's dirt, but it was fine. I still had about an onion's worth, and I used the ricer grating size for this purpose. You can see how much extra liquid got produced. Once I have the onion grated, I'm going to add almond flour. I used almond flour instead of chickpea flour because I had that on hand. I've also added some salt and 2 tablespoons of turmeric. And this recipe has a ton of turmeric in it. I thought the meatballs were really good. You'll see in a little bit. I thought the sauce was a little strong. Also in the meatballs, I'm adding some pepper and some onion powder. I'm going to get that really nice and mixed before I actually add the meat in. And for this recipe, it calls for ground lamb, which I'm really not a fan of, but because of all the extra spices and the onion and the turmeric, I actually really thought the meatball part of this dish was good. You'll see soon enough why I thought the sauce was pretty strong in turmeric. I was measuring over the bowl, and as I've mentioned before in other videos, that's a cardinal sin of cooking. I do it all the time, and in this case, it actually came back to hurt me. So here I am adding the chopped onion to olive oil, and I'm just going to cook this down a little bit, add some salt to help draw out the moisture. Here I am adding the turmeric, and it just dumps all out from the spoon, and it was a heaping 2nd tablespoon, so that was extremely strong. Next time if I make this again, I'm going to hold back on the turmeric, make sure I don't get too much in there, and I might try to round it out with some more spices. I'm not quite sure what I'll add. Maybe some cumin or some garam masala, I'm not quite sure. But here I have added 3 cups of water, a healthy dose of black pepper, and the half a cup of lemon juice. And I'm gently placing the shaped meatballs in this liquid. These are still raw, but they're going to boil in the liquid for a good amount of time. I'm going to boil them for about 5 minutes on each side. I'll rotate them here in just a minute. Here I am flipping them over so that they cook evenly, and once they've finished boiling, they're not going to be quite done in the middle yet, so I'm going to add the carrots and potatoes. Here I go there, adding the carrots and potatoes. I had a ton left over, so those are still in my freezer for another meal. And this is going to cook down for about an hour until the sauce has reduced and the carrots and potatoes are nice and tender. You can tell just how much of that sauce has reduced, and it's time to plate up. And it ended up being really beautiful. I added a little bit of parsley on top for some extra color. I thought presentationally it was really nice, and like I mentioned, I'll probably tweak the recipe for the sauce just a little bit for our tastes, but if you're looking for a low-carb recipe and just something a little different, I would highly recommend you give this a try. I don't really cook Middle Eastern food very often, so this was a really fun experiment for me. I'd really like to know what y'all think about it. If you watched this video to the end, don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know what you think. If you give this recipe a try, I'd love to hear if you made any changes or how you liked it. If you like this video, please, I'd appreciate appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe for some future videos I've got in the works. I'm really excited about some projects I've got in the lineup coming up pretty soon. So thanks guys for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you around next time. Bye guys!